change. And it really has to do with the minimum rate that they would be able to charge for as many as 4 persons. And that rate change would now affect 2 persons simply because they'll be permitted to carry fewer persons in the taxis for the social distancing. So the cabinet did take note of the representation made by the 3 heads of the various taxi associations. And this is going to cover the whole span of taxi services nationwide, not just within the tourism sector. And what it's going to mean is that the Transport Board, which would be the executing agency of the government, would be directed by the cabinet. I imagine that instruction will go today to put the necessary mechanisms in place to ensure that as of 15th of May, these new regulations will come into effect. I think the taxi drivers left yesterday fully satisfied and very happy that they have gotten a final breakthrough on this matter that's been outstanding for a very long time.
Okay, and the rate of the change, Minister?
The actual number itself, it's not before me at this stage, but the effect of it is that insofar as tour guides and tour operators who would certainly contract with these taxi associations, those rates will again be subject to those bilateral negotiations. But with a normal person who would be requiring a taxi cab to remove them from the airport, if 2 persons would be able to get into a taxi, then those applicable rates will take place. Rather than 4 persons having to share the rate, it will now be left to 2 persons to be able to share the rate. And so that is really where the taxi drivers, their trade has been protected by this particular regime. And we would expect to see continuing implementation of the protocols at the airport to ensure that only licensed taxi operators are applying the trade at the airport. We do not want persons to be exposed to any environment where they themselves will put themselves at risk, or they are putting the tourists or any visitor that comes into this country at risk by being able to just attend at the airport and to participate in movement of persons from the airport.